Hello, welcome to Facebook Live Ask Dr. Furlong. We are going live right now. It's about noon California time on Thursday, and we are really excited to bring you this today's edition of Ask Dr. Furlong Facebook Live. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is the time of year at my office where we do our annual Gift of Sight program, and we're geared up for 2017 edition. So this is a program that I started in 2002, and we call it the Gift of Sight. And what the program is we identify every year 10 very deserving individuals that would benefit from having laser vision correction. Usually that's LASIK, but could be PRK as well. And individuals who would benefit, but who otherwise couldn't afford this procedure. As we know, technology costs a lot, and having laser vision correction is not inexpensive. So back in 2002, I identified that there were some people out there that would really benefit, who were hampered by their lifestyle with their glasses and contact lenses, were well deserving, and would benefit, and we set up this program, and this is the time of year we roll it out. So before I introduce my guests here today, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the program. Every year we have 10 individuals that we will identify, confirm that they're a good candidate, and then provide laser vision correction services at zero cost. So we include the examinations before, even those that don't qualify, we're able to do a full eye exam and they get some benefit. Sometimes we identify patients that have other eye problems that we can help them with, like cataracts. Then once we've identified our 10 patients, we work them up, we do their examinations. We have one full day dedicated for the laser procedures, and our staff here are really, really excited during this time of year because it really does make us feel better about what we do. I mean, we provide a valuable service normally for cost, but here's an opportunity for us to do this at no cost to these deserving individuals. My team regularly says it's such an awesome day for us because we regularly change lives. And that's why I started the program. There are other programs out there that will provide no cost other eye surgeries like cataract surgery for the uninsured. But this is unique. I'm not aware of any laser vision correction procedures that are done. I'd like to go ahead and introduce my two guests. These are both recipients of the Gift of Sight free surgery program that we did last year, a year ago. And I'll introduce both of them, and then we'll talk with them individually a little bit about their stories. As usual, we invite you to submit questions during Ask Dr. Furlong Live, and I'll try to answer them either during the segment or soon after we're done being live. So to my left is Phil. Welcome, Phil.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back. So Phil received the Gift of Sight, one of our patients last year, and Phil was coming to us from Hope Services. Hope Services is a regional nonprofit that we've been working with for over 10 years, and what they do is they provide support and services for developmentally disabled and delayed individuals and help them become productive in the workforce. And in addition to identifying Phil as a good candidate last year, I've also done LASIK on both of his grandparents as well. So we'll talk to Phil in just a second. To my right, I have Stephen. And Stephen is an Army and an Air Force veteran. And one of the things that was near and dear to my heart in working with the Cost of Courage Foundation, which I'll talk about in just a second, is that they support veterans in a way that attracted my attention. And when I met Kelly Estes, who is the founder of the Cost of Courage Foundation 3 years ago, when she and I got to talking, we found that our services complemented one another. So I was able to include them, and this is our third year doing so. Stephen was identified through that program, and like I said, he's an Army and Air Force veteran. Came to me as an excellent candidate. We talked about his options, and we'll get with him in just a second about his experience as well. So welcome both of you. I want to start with you, Phil. Can you just share with us a little bit about what your vision was like before we did your procedure and what the process was like, and then a little bit about what your life's been like afterwards?
Okay, so my vision before the surgery was, the vision before I had the surgery, I wore glasses, and I needed my glasses all the time to see, because if I didn't have my glasses, then I would be in trouble, because I couldn't see. So then when I found out about the program, I was really happy because then I wouldn't have to wear glasses anymore. And the experience through it was great. It wasn't even that long, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I think it was really a blessing that I was able to get this eyesight, so thanks.
You're very welcome. Was the surgery painful in any way?
It wasn't painful, but it was kind of cool that there's a laser going through your eye, but I didn't feel anything.
Good. Well, most people feel that way, and I described to them what we're doing. It's only a 10-minute procedure, and as I recall, you did very well. I talk with our patients through the surgery just to reassure them, but it doesn't take very long. And then right after surgery, some patients sit up and can tell a difference right away, although the next few days are really the telling tale.
Yeah.
So when you came back the next day, describe a little bit about what you could see, and was it like having your glasses on but you didn't have them on?
So the next day I came back, I felt different because I didn't have to wear my glasses anymore, so it was kind of like a different feeling, but a good feeling.
Good, excellent.
And just to mention, my grandma had surgery here, and my step-grandpa had surgery here, and my step-grandpa came with me on surgery day.
Oh, awesome, very cool. And then we checked you out after surgery a few visits, and we noticed that your vision was excellent and stabilizing. Have you had any changes in your vision, or how have things been in the last year?
So in my vision's starting to far-sighted. I can't really see far-sighted, but nearsighted is great.
Awesome. And what type of activities do you do now that you feel better about, that you don't have to use your don't have to wear glasses for any longer?
Wear sunglasses and just not have to have any glasses anymore.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, I did want to talk with Stephen here, and by the way, thank you for your service, Stephen. We really, really appreciate all the sacrifices you make as a veteran. And can you tell me a little bit about what your vision was like before getting into the Gift of Sight program, and how the process went for you?
When everything I did, I just graduated from college back in 2014, and I would do CAD work, computer-aided design, and constantly staring at a screen. And then sometimes the prescription wasn't quite right or something, and it was very difficult to do little small things on that computer if your vision's not quite right. Like I said, I'd spend 12 hours a day behind that monitor, and your eyes naturally would get tired, and because of the glasses, I don't know what it is, it just it's hard to focus. But after the operation, I was able to actually concentrate on my work a lot more. I didn't have to worry about where I put my glasses, and and it's been very productive for me.
Well, one of the things that that you opted for when we did your examination was the concept of monovision, because when everybody gets kind of past about age 45 to 50, what happens is you oftentimes need a glasses prescription for far away, and for up close it's different, and that's where bifocals or progressive lenses come in. And they do have their inherent challenges, and one of the things that we remember doing with you is to, ahead of time, show you what your vision could be like if we employed monovision, where we surgically adjust one of your eyes to see better in the distance, and your other eye to kind of catch that computer distance, so you're not going on and off all the time with a pair of glasses. How has monovision worked for you?
It was difficult the first couple of days, but naturally it just it felt comfortable after a while, and I don't even notice any difference in. Every once in a while, when I'm looking in the distance, my close-up eye is kind of fuzzy, but that's to be expected. They gave me a pair of glasses to correct it while I'm driving, and it works out really well.
Yeah, he just showed me his pair of sunglasses the VA gave him, and many monovision patients will choose to get a pair of glasses for what we call special purposes. So whether it's driving, or you're in an unfamiliar area, sometimes nighttime driving is also beneficial to have a pair of glasses for that. Has there been any other outside of the work time frame when you're on the computer a lot, anything else that you can share just as far as your overall vision now?
Well, actually getting around, before I would have to switch, like if I was driving down the road, I would have to switch glasses if I wanted to see that sign way down the road, so
Sure.
you knew to turn. it's actually safer driving that way.
Yeah, I do know many patients that have different prescription. Instead of doing bifocals, which are convenient because you have one pair, they can't tolerate them as much. And so I know patients sometimes come in here with 4 or 5 pair of glasses. They have,
Yes.
this is my distance pair, and this is my distance pair with my sunglasses tint to them, and then this is my computer pair, and then here's my pair when I'm laying in bed at night ready to read. And they put these 4 pair of glasses on the counter and say, what can we do? And so everybody's a little bit different, of course, but one of the benefits of doing LASIK for Monovision helps to really minimize all of that complexity. And I'm glad that it worked for you, because it does work for many patients who choose Monovision.
Yes, yeah, it was fantastic. I really appreciate it.
Sure, well, you're very welcome. And one of the things that, we'll get some questions hopefully lined up here very shortly, but one of the things I wanted to say is this upcoming Tuesday is our, what we call our Gift of Sight Consult Day. So we're setting aside the whole clinic where no other patients are coming in except our candidates, and we're going to go ahead and do full eye exams and confirm candidacy for the surgery. And then in October is our day that we're setting aside to do just the Gift of Sight LASIK surgery. So we're really excited about that. So thanks, Adam, for the question. I was inspired to start the Gift of Sight program because as an ophthalmologist, I was already aware of many programs out there to help those in need who had medical eye problems, like cataracts or other issues. Most of those are covered by insurance, but as we know, not everybody has insurance. And so knowing that those were available, I felt that there was a need for something else. And as a LASIK specialist, LASIK is oftentimes considered just, it's a frivolous thing to do, or it's a nice thing to do. But there are people out there who struggle with glasses and or contacts depending on the complexity of their prescription. But I'm not aware of anybody out there, any insurance carriers that cover LASIK 100%. And so I thought, well, we can fix that problem. We'll be able to get the vendors that sell us the technology and see if they'd be willing to donate some of the technology procedures for us. And we contacted the pharmaceutical companies to provide us the eye drops that are needed after surgery. I announced it to the staff and I said, this is something I feel passionate about. I'd like for you guys to be excited, and I showed them how this might really affect people in a positive way, and we started it for that reason.
And there's a question for Phil. What type of work are you doing now, Phil, and how does your vision help you with that work?
You mean like my job?
Yeah.
Oh, so I worked at Kaiser Permanente San Jose. I was a dishwasher, but now I just got promoted to chef. And it's a great thing because I'm coming up, I'm starting to learn about, I wasn't really a cooker growing up, so at least I'm kind of happy I'm cooking now, but people really love me at work there. And then it really helps me with my vision, really, so I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Excellent.
Congratulations.
And then there's one question for Steve. Steve, talk a little more about your service in the Army and the Air Force.
In the service, I was, when I first joined, I was in the Army, and I eventually worked into air traffic control. And when I went into air traffic control, it was radar, so I had to have perfect vision for everything. And of course, when I got out of the Army, I joined the Air Force, and it was air traffic controls also, so same job. But I found a lot of times I was sitting behind a monitor, just like I do now, but it worked out, and I gained a lot of experience. But if you need that perfect vision because somebody's life is at stake, it's a good idea to keep your eyes in good shape.
Sure. Well, thank you. If we have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them either during this segment. We're going to wrap things up now. And if you submit your question after we're done with the live segment, I'll be happy to answer those following today's broadcast. I'd like to thank my 2 special guests for helping me talk about the Gift of Sight program here at Furlong Vision Correction. If you'd like to learn more about it, please contact us. Our website is furlongvision.com. There's a way to submit questions there. Our phone number is 800-573-1010. Phil, thank you very much for coming in and spending a day with me.
It was great.
Stephen, thank you very much for your service. Thanks again for coming in. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You.